Hey guys, how's it going? Been distracted with a couple of projects recently, so I apologize for the late update. Um, I also got hooked up with a new camera. I could show you guys the image around this area. Timestamp. I'll put in a quick little post to show you guys. I got the fabric set up, and this is what I'll be working on today. I don't know if you guys remember what uh what we were doing, but we had our hot pad. It was our project. So, for reminders for everybody, this is what the front's going to look like. This is what the back's going to look like. Um, I have chosen different colors for the outer seams because when I'm finished, these ones will be a little more visible, and I'd like it to be more colorfully appealing, if you know what I mean. Um, yeah, I guess let's get started. Camera switch, 220. So to start, I'm going to be just applying the normal seam around the edges, around the edges, and then I'll be tucking it inside out, and from there, it'll be that. So here we go. Recording. No, I am. Okay. Edge number one. I just realized that I do not have my machine set up correctly. So give me a second to fix that. We can get a decent seam here. Now, a little trick, now that I can actually show you guys this, that my mom taught me, is you can leave the needle down. If you can see the needle down in the down position, I can cover this light a little bit and you guys can kind of see how the needle is in the down position. That allows me to then lift the foot pedal a little bit and turn my fabric sideways so I can start my next line. Don't tug super hard, otherwise you'll just mess up the needle, bend it and move it and stuff. So you just turn it, you just slightly turn it. And then we'll start our next line, make sure our edges are semi-straight and go down the line. Get nice and close. One more looks good. And then we'll lift, turn, get this line nice and straight. And we'll go down this edge. Make sure to get all of these edges real good. All the way where you want it to be. I like to get mine right to where it needs to be because the closer it is, the better it is to work with. Now, you can do this multiple different ways. You can leave the top open. Actually, I'm just going to show you guys on the bigger camera what I'm doing here. It'll be easier for you to see. See our edges here. You can't really, it's easier to see here. Here you go. You got your edges. And then what you do is you take your open side right here, and you flip it inside out, right? Some people like to do a little bit of these edges, just a little bit, to kind of help the folding process. I've tried that personally, and it doesn't always work, but when it does work, it really works. So for this project, just to make it simpler for everybody else, we're going to fold it inside out real good. And then you'll see how it begins to create this little square. See, we got our square, our hot pad, all right? Front and back. Now what we do to fix this edge, to make it look like the rest of these, is simply fold it down a little bit. I don't want to fold it down a lot, just a little bit. I do it up like to the camera and close to see, but it makes it a lot harder. Another thing you can do to make this easier is trim off just a little bit of that inner material. So I'm going to grab my scissors here and I'm going to trim off maybe 1/4 of an inch, not even, you know, just enough to fold the material in. So we're going to okay, we got our little edge shaved. You can see it's a little bit deeper in there now. So it'll be easier to take this edge, fold it in, just right. Now, a tip and a trick of the trade is to always have some pins on hand, because when you're doing seams like this, it can get really tricky. And if your seams come off, you know, from looking like this, bent inwards, then you're not going to have a very good looking seam. Stick it through one end, stick it through the other. Make sure it's through both layers of fabric so that it actually holds your fabric together. As you can see, this seam came undone really easily. That's what happens without pins to hold it in place exactly where it needs to be. Grab another pin. This is my little pin holder, by the way. I love it. I tend to put my pins about 1 inch to 2 inches apart from each other, but considering this seam is so small, I'm probably going to be putting them a little bit closer together. Sometimes, if you get the right pins, like I have T-pins, I like T-pins because they're longer, you can put them in multiple times, and that'll help the seam really hold. Now, it looks like this should hold perfectly fine for us. So what we're going to do is start our line. So I'll flip over to the other camera. And now that we are on the outside bit of it, I'm going to switch up my pattern a little bit. This way, the outside seam stays outside seamed. if you know what I mean, and it's hard to explain. I really don't want to pick up this camera and show you guys everything that's over here. So I'll probably just do a short and show you the list of stuff. When you guys question which one I use, just understand I used number. Oh, where'd it go? It was right here. Where's my X's? Oh, 11. I use number 11 on my outside seams because that allows for it to tighten up together real good. However, another really good one to use on outside seams is 3, 4, and 7. Just keep that in mind. So I'm going to switch this up to 11. And we're going to bring this over to 6.5. That's going to be as far as it can go. I'm going to allow this a little bit more leeway here. There we go. Now it's working how it should. Now, as you're working on these seams and bits, with the pin being in there, you want to slowly allow the pin to slide out as you're working. So that way that seam stays where that seam needs to be. Ooh. And that's what happens when you don't take the pin out. I just so happen to have put the pin in the wrong way. But that's alright. We're to the point now where we can probably just allow this to do its thing. Okay. We have one edge done. Go to the next one. Start right here at the top. And get our next edge done. This one will be a whole lot easier because I don't have to hold it down or seam it down. So we'll probably just zoom right through it. Alright, guys. Here's for the last edge seam. There we have it. Our edge seam is done. We got our purple on this side. We got our green on this side to match our green on this side. I know it came out a little funky in some places, but that's only because, to be quite honest, I had no chance of ironing any of these fabrics, so it kind of makes it hard to do. I got 2 minutes to kill, so I'm going to do a design line right here and right here to hold it into place. I might actually just do a whole circle of a design around the inside. I think that's what I'm going to do. I think clovers might be a fun idea. There are some clovers on here. However, I think I'm going to do this one. Make sure our strings are straight. What is happening here? Damn, that was a struggle. Not gonna lie, guys, I think I just ran out of bobbin thread. I sure did. So we're gonna have to refill the bobbin. Lucky you guys get to be here when I do so. This is gonna be a fun experience for y'all. You wanna learn how to fill a bobbin? Clean up my mess a little bit here. Just for anybody wondering, this is what our little design looks like right now. And on the other side. Alright, this is the bobbin catch. Right here, you take this out, got your bobbin. Now, I think I had green for this one, so I'm gonna have to pull out my green. That's black. And I'm gonna need to take the main string off of the top. Here, what I'll actually do is this. This is the fun part. Pretty sure you guys can see the top of my sewing machine now. Actually, you know what I'll do? This. Put it right here. There's our little bobbin filler. This is where we fill in our bobbin at. This is the fun part. Stick the bobbin on here. See, that's our bobbin. Now, for anybody wondering, bobbins are pretty universal. It doesn't really matter what bobbin you use. They're probably gonna work. I'll grab my green string. This is the color I was using. Set it up top like that. String it around this little bit down here. Bring it back. Now, you're gonna want to put your string, if it'll focus, I don't think it will that close up, if I'm being honest, through one of these here holes. It's a lot easier with the metal ones, personally. Pull it all the way through till it's tight. You want to hold on to that string nice and tight upwards and pop this over till it's all the way over there. And then it's as easy as pushing the pedal. And as it fills up and gets full, you can then take this and snip off the edge bit there and finish filling your bobbin. Isn't that pretty cool? You can't really see it with this camera, but it's happening. My bobbin's going crazy. Yeah, you're getting bumped around too, huh? Alright. That right there is about a perfectly filled bobbin. You can't get any better than that. So, we will bring you back down here, set you up so you can see me sewing again. Boom. Perfect. They're trying. They're trying. He's watching my window. He's also watching my screen, so I think he's confused on what's happening. which is perfectly okay. Yeah, snip off that string to that and take your string back off, put it back where it belongs, take your moo, this is the purple that I was using, put that back on top. Now it's time to restring the whole thing. That would make sense. There. The purple is strung up. Bobbin. Put our bobbin back in. Cover it up. Boom, we can get back to work. Get this right where it needs to go. Place it down, and I'm really hoping it comes out right. Alright guys, we got it nice and lined up and everything. Didn't even have to do nothing fancy to make it look right. Yeah, it's not terrible. Our finished design on the back. Finished design on the front. Now I just got to clean up the strings and that's it. We're done. That's it. It's the final touches, unless if you guys have any ideas. In fact, I think that might be a fun thing to do. So, if you guys got any ideas on what to do with this, just to, you know, maybe make it look cooler. You think of some string colors or maybe a patch or something we could put on it. I don't know. It's up to you guys, you know. Otherwise, this is what I would consider a finished product. I mean, it's only a, you know, project. It's not like a custom or anything super important where I'm like going to be super into my details and, you know, like, this is just a personal project that I wanted to utilize to show off, and I wanted it to be my first videos and, you know, a good introduction to everybody. So, yeah, if you guys have content that you would like to see, like maybe a certain project idea or something of the sort, please feel free to comment on the video. Or I have a Patreon, which if you purchase the $10 membership, you get access to all of the message boards. If you purchase the $5 membership on my Patreon, you get access to the community board. If you purchase the $15 one, you get access to personal communications and custom orders. Commissions is what they're called, technically. If you get the $25 one, you get like all the perks, all of them. You get so many nice perks. That's something that probably be worth looking at if you want. I mean, I'm sure that there's a couple people out there that would be really happy to, get some of those perks. So, but yeah, go check out my Patreon. Um, go hit that like and subscribe button, please and thank you. That would be a blessing. If you're seeing this and you aren't already subscribed, there we are. Cleaned up, looking real good, looking real clean. Oh yeah, I like that. I like that design too. It looks really good. Don't get me wrong, I would never sell this to anybody, but I'll tell you what, if anybody wants this, just let me know. Try to figure something out. You know what I mean? Anyway, that's that. That's today's video. You guys have a wonderful day. I hope everybody's doing good, and I hope everybody continues doing good. And I want everybody to remember happiness is a mindset. No matter how hard life gets, no matter how difficult your situation might be, just smile. It's gonna be okay. It'll be over sooner or later. It'll pass. The struggles will pass. Life will get better.